What's up, YouTube? It's Willie Rebuild. I'm back with another one. Short update on Project Rat Nest. Been in here today on Christmas Eve, doing a little clean up under my engine bay. A little touch up. Cleaned up my master cylinder and my brake booster. Probably go back and wire wheel the bolts and paint them black. Just in here doing a little something. A little bit of work is better than no work at all. Got my positive cable and my negative cable, marking it up. Got my wire harness en route. Getting ready to fire this boy up. We about to make some moves with it, YouTube. We about to have a lot of things falling together at one time. A lot of things. This positive cable and a negative cable, I took this off of 06 Impala SS. As you can see, it's already loomed up. Where it go to the starter, it already got heat shield and stuff on it. As you can see, you got your ground cable that ground to your frame or wherever you want to put it, right there. And you also have a negative that mount up to your fender or wherever you want to put it. Those battery terminals and stuff, that's just temporary mock-up so I can start the car. We getting ready to bring it to the shop. So that's just to get the car started. But those cables, I am going to use the positive and negative. This was the original alternator wire from the LS4. I'm going to use that too. I'm going to just cut it down. That way you don't have to worry about the wire being the right gauge and all that. It was already on the LS engine. So that make it easy. As you can see, down there in the back behind my header, I already got my temperature sensor in the head, because I'm using my factory gauges. So that's the original temperature sensor for a G-body, and I just brought an adapter to put it in the LS engine. That's if you're using your factory gauge. Also, let me see if I can get this intake up. Set that over there. As you can see, I got my oil pressure gauge, original oil pressure gauge from the G-body, mounted up into the LS engine on the 45 so it can clear the LS1 intake. I'm running again my factory gauges. I got a good set of factory gauges for this car. I like the original look. When you look in the car, I want the car to still have an original look. I don't want to use no decoder digital or none of that. I want the car to look all original when you look at it from the outside and inside. So I'm going to put back the original interior, original dash, seats, gauges, everything. I want everything to look original. That's how I'm going to do that. We got our high build primer and some other stuff so we can go ahead and knock it down, knock it out, and get it done. I'm about to take these fenders off, hood off, the hood hinges. I'm going to clean them up and paint them. Take the fenders off the car. I'm going to wrap all this up. I'm going to do a couple of more little touch-ups, like as you can see down there on that firewall where I didn't hit it. That's because I still had the inner fenders in. So I'm going to come back and wire wheel that down a little bit, clean it up and spray it with some chassis paint. Hit it with a little chassis paint and just clean it up, give it a cleaner look. Same way how I did the brake booster. Some of this stuff I'm going to change. I'm just cleaning it up for the time being. My main focus is to get the car painted and running. I can come back and put a new master cylinder, brake booster, and all that there. I can do all that once the car running. My goal right now is to get it painted and running. And I'm going to do both of them back to back. They're going to come right behind each other. I'm going to get it running. I'm going to drive it in the paint boot, put it in the paint boot. Or if we ain't got the paint boot up yet, we're going to bring it to the shop and paint it over there. Because it's too small. You probably could paint it in here, but it's too small. So I'm going to bring it over there to the other shop and paint it. But we're going to prime it in here. YouTube, we're going to prime it in here. We about to get this show on the road. I'm tired of playing with it. Tired of playing with it. I came over here yesterday and hooked up my torque converter. Everything under the car hooked up. I ordered my, let me see if I can get y'all under here. Might be kind of dark, but as you can see, kind of sorta, because it's dark and I don't feel like hooking up the light. I got my highly cross member already under there. I got my cable, shift cable, hanging right there. Hooked my torque converter up, the starter on it already. All that's cleaned up under there. Undercarriage cleaned up and sealed. What else I got? Finna take the radiator support out too, so I could clean that up. As you can see, there's spots on there. When I first started cleaning it up, I couldn't hit it because I still had a lot of the headlights and all that still in the car. So since we gonna take the fenders off and paint the car, what we gonna do, we gonna take the radiator support out too, wire wheel it down, and clean it up real good this time. All this stuff done been sealed with rusty capsulator and painted. It just done got dirty again, you know, from, see, as you can see, from priming it and sitting stuff on top of it. But I'm gonna scuff it a little bit and give it probably one coat on there. That's all it needs, make it look fresh again. So once I put everything back on, everything looking nice and pretty, YouTube. But what else we got going? Gonna take that radiator support out. We done cleaned our brake boost up. We gonna pull these fenders off. We got our primer and all that shit over there. What else we gonna do, YouTube? She got so much stuff I got going on right now. I don't know what or how I want to do it. I'm just doing it. I'm just want to get it done, YouTube. Just get the job done. Something else I had I was about to see. Shit. I forgot now. Just trying to get this thing done. I got my push lock line on the way for my transmission lines. I'm going to run them down through there where the you know what? I don't know how I'm going to do the transmission lines yet. I don't know how I'm going to do them. I'm thinking about running them down through there on the side of the header. I might do something a little different, but we got the push lock line on the way, 20 feet of that, so we can run our transmission line. And the only other thing I got to do, when I brought this car didn't come with a, it ain't had no motor, no transmission, no drive shaft. So I gotta get a drive shaft and cut it down. I had a drive shaft that I took off of an Astro van, a 98 Astro van. That drive shaft there, it was pretty close. I probably could have got it to work, but I was gonna have to change the universal joint in the back and change the Astro van already come with a 4L60 in it. I was gonna have to change the neck because the way that the neck on the Astro van made, it was making the drive shaft come too long. But if I'd have put a regular straight neck 4L60 slip yoke on it, I think that drive shaft would have worked. But the reason I didn't use it is because when they picked the Astro van up in the junkyard with it, they had the drive shaft, the forks hit it. Every one of them in the yard was dented up. So I didn't want to use it. So I brought it back and you got my store credit. But I don't know. I might go back and get another one. Find somebody on Marketplace and get another one. And then bring it to the dry shelf shop and let them change the slip yoke on it and change the universal joint in the back. Because it was too big. The couplings was too big to fit on the G-body rear end. But the drive shaft itself, it was close in length. I think it would have worked. I was really trying to get it to work so I could, you know, show you that you don't have to spend a lot of money on a drive shaft to get it chopped down and all that there. I think the Astrovan drive shaft will work. So I'm gonna probably go back and get another one. And I probably let the drive shaft shop change the universal joint and change the slip yoke for me and see if it'll fit like that. And if it fit, then bam, I'll give y'all the for sure info that the Astrovan drive shaft will fit on the G-body as long as you replace the slip yoke and the universal joint on the back that go to the rim. But that's for a later video. I'm gonna figure that out 100% for sure before I tell you, hey, go buy this and do that. And you know, I want it to work for y'all. So I'm gonna experiment with it first and tell y'all what y'all gotta do. Gotta get some knock sensors, put the knock sensors back in there, took them out. One of them, they was good, but I'm gonna replace all that. I want all that in there new. I don't want to take the intake back off of there. Once we put it on there, we gonna intake stand on there for good. We ain't gotta take it out. Got new gaskets to put back under the intake and all that. Next thing we about to have to do this, cause we about to get ready for paint. So all this junk got to come out of here. All these parts that I got in here, that shit gotta come out of here. Headlights and all that. As you can see, I've been bagging my bolts up in Ziploc bag. You wanna do that when you doing a job like this. You wanna bag your bolts up and have everything marked so you can know where it go back. But all this gotta come out of here. All this junk gotta come out of here. I gotta clean the car, wipe it down in the inside, blow it out with the air hose. I got some wax and grease remover. Clean it up, clean the outside up. This car is dusty. It's got a lot of dust and dirt on it. I'll probably go over the whole car with some 180. Just knock it down on the block to knock everything off and give my primer something to bind to, and knock the dust off and wipe it down and clean it up so we can go ahead and lay our primer down. And what I probably do, what my plan is to block it with the 180, put a guide coat on it, block it with the 180, because this car is straight. I done already blocked this car down. The body is straight. So it ain't gonna take much to get it to where it need to be. So what my plan is to block it with the 180 and wrap the whole car in plastic. And once we get it to the other shop, then I'll come back and block it down with 320 and water sand it. That way, we ain't got all that dirt and shit built up back on the car. And we still gotta go ahead and do our final sand and seal the car. But we gonna do that at the other shop. But I'm gonna spray it with the high build primer here, YouTube. Spray it with the high build primer here. Do my first block with the 180, and then I'm gonna wrap the whole car in plastic. Wrap all the fenders up, hood up, everything up. That way it ain't all dusty and stuff. And then we'll block it, do the final block at the other shop, and water sand it and bring it in there and spray it, baby. Just giving y'all an update on Rat Nest and letting y'all see. Will it rebuild? It's about to get the job done, baby. We about to fire this thing up. And we about to spray this sucker. We're gonna spray it, and then once we do that, the next project we gonna do, we gonna work on this interior in there. We going top to bottom. We going all the way. We going all the way. I'm gonna show y'all that you can do this yourself and make your car look presentable and pretty without going to Billy and spending all your fucking money. That's what we gonna do. That's what Willie Rebuild all about. I want to show y'all, if I can do it, you can do it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn them post notifications on, baby. Because Willie Rebuild about to come with some shit back to back. I'm about to blow y'all mind. Willie Rebuild over and out, baby.